I think you can always do a better job on defense. Coach Eilert said in the huddle, let's not hope they miss the shots, let's make them miss the shots. Like you said about this Hitson kid, I'm not going to sit here and say we could have done something different on him. The kid's feeling it. We just got to have him put the ball on the floor, shoot comfortably from half court. But that's his 6'7" three, you know. Leading up to it, I think Josiah Harris, I think he did a really good job on him, making him uncomfortable. Just 23-year-old who's been playing college basketball for a very long time. So some of the stuff I do, like the rip-throughs to draw fouls, I mean, that's just experience. So I think you can always do a better job on defense. He shot the ball better than Kevin Durant does tonight. So is that us not, could have done something different, or just someone who came ready to play? And we couldn't have him get comfortable. Felt like we were there on a lot of shots. Some of the 3 points he would shoot, I was like, had the biggest smile on my face, like that's what we want. And then net, you know what I mean? 9 for 15, I mean, people don't even hit that when they're wide open. But there's no default on my teammates. I felt like they played pretty hard on him.
Quinn, kind of along those lines, like you said, sometimes a guy is just feeling it. All the games that you've played in different schools, have you ever seen a shooting performance like that? I mean, giving all credit to the kid here.
Yeah, giving credit to the kid, and I know I'm mad, so. But yeah, I mean, I can look back on it. I've never seen it before. Yeah. That's just credit to the kid. I watched basketball a lot too, and I think he was pulling up from half court.
Right.
He's a great player, and we knew that coming in. He leads the country in three-point makes, and we were trying to have him deck it. I mean, side steps. I mean, we felt like we were there. Kid's an unbelievable player. It's just unfortunately, you never want to say that, but I mean, we were there.
Right.
On a lot of these three-point shots. Like going back, you can always do better on defense. But yeah, the game meant a lot to him. I mean, he was here. I think he was here last year, so he understands the history behind these things, and we just got to know a talented player like that. We just really can't have him get comfortable. If he missed his first 3 shots, he wasn't going to pull for half on that fourth one.
Right.
So credit to him. He put on a shooting performance that's going to get him paid. But we got to turn the page, and we play a really good Drexel team. So glad that Cook was back, being able to help us, and when we get one of our point guards back, hopefully we'll get good news on Raekwon. We're still praying and still thinking positive about that. Yeah, there's only one way to think about this, and it's learn from it and try to get the next win.
That's what I was going to ask you next. What was it like to be in that moment when they announced a Cook, coming into the game? You probably heard the crowd.
Yeah, just so happy for him. I mean, that's like a good kid. I talk about my teammate's character so much. We got such great kids in this locker room, and I mean, Cook is just. I mean, he gets the scare. He doesn't know where his life is going to go.
Yeah, right.
Just like all of us, and he's in practice, clapping and laughing with us and telling us, "You need to dunk that." And I mean, dude, I don't get emotional, but I love that kid, and he's been through so much, and I'm just so happy for him. Obviously, this one's gonna hurt, this game, but looking back, I'm so happy that the Cook came in and do what he loves. Like, we love basketball. That's been our life. It's the only thing we talk about. We dribbled the ball in the hallways in high school like that. This was our love. To some kids, it's, like he's just a stupid jock, always thinking about basketball. But, I mean, this is our life. And going back on Raekwon, I mean, I don't want to get too controversial. I mean, you're taking this kid's life away. This is what we do. So to see him back in his element as a basketball player, I'm just so happy for him. And, we were praying for him. I'm just really glad that he was able to wear a jersey and compete with us.
Quinn, in trying to protect time on the court with your short numbers, you're probably not able to play as aggressive defensively as you'd like, challenge one, a couple more shots a little more closely. Do you think that's affecting you either, front of your mind, back of your mind a little bit?
No, I got to defend better. I got to understand that there's two sides of the floor. I know that there's two sides of the floor. They hit some tough shots tonight. I mean, they went on a little run where they got some layups, but I mean, the first half we were locking down the paint. They were getting nothing in the paint, and we were securing rebounds. I mean, everyone talked about we couldn't rebound, and I think we rebounded the ball really well today. There's some things that we can clean up towards the second half, just not getting so stagnant on offense. But I think we got good defenders on our team. The potential for defense is really high. Going back on what you said, I don't like bringing up our numbers, just because I feel like some of those things are mental. But I think Kobe Johnson, like, taking and being a defensive maniac for 36 minutes, it's pretty difficult for anyone to do.
Just kind of connecting the dots a little bit to knowing somebody could shoot like they did in this game potentially, and then knowing the numbers of the team. If you had a deeper bench, do you think maybe you could have been more aggressive, or what else do you do when someone's putting up Steph Curry threes out there?
I think in reality, yes, more players would just mean less exhaustion on everybody. Players can get a couple more offensive rebounds, and I think we understand that, but we can't have that stuck in our head. We got to be able to compete, not think about our numbers. Even though it's the reality and it's something that people talk about a lot, it's not going to do any help us just kind of thinking about it. So I feel like we just need to come and just fight through it, and that's the word. It's fight, being resilient, and busting through that wall. I feel like, yeah, Steph Curry threes. I mean, he had some tough shots, and I know you can say, hey, you need to be there a little quicker, but man, he played well tonight.
Is it fair to say maybe that aggression, or what would be the answer normally to try to stop them, something like that? Because obviously in the middle of a game, you're not just throwing the white flag. So like,
I don't think aggression was the problem with him. I think he got no open looks. I think he got maybe one or two. We made it tough on him. I mean, yeah, everyone's going to say this Hinskin kid came in and did this, which he did, but I mean, he hit, I keep saying, he hit some tough, and you can say even pressure. I mean, JoJo is there, Kobe Johnson, these kids are there on the catch, and I just don't want to sound like a broken record, but he played well tonight, and I think coaches came up with a great defensive scheme for us to be able to slow him down and stop him. It's tough when you come out the gate. You knew he was going to have a little fire to him, just being a big rival game. And like I said, as a shooter myself, when I see my first two shots go in, that hoop becomes 3 times the size. And maybe if he missed his first 3, then this could be a whole different game. But shooting is really based off confidence, and like I said, you hit your first 2 shots. I mean, it's like shooting into an ocean.
Quinn, thank you.
Thank you.
Questions